June 30th, 2026. Let's go over all of the major alignments that occurred today. The first alignment happened at 8:46 a.m. Why is that an alignment? Well, because our momentum sells off and then we realign to the upside. Why does that matter? Because the larger time frame, 2 hour, the 15-minute, and the 5-minute, everything is going up. Everything is aligned at this current point in time. So our first entry of the day, our first alignment was 8:46, which ended up being a loss. The price action came back down, stopping out at the base of the candle there, and that was a loss. And the next alignment occurs right here at 8:51 a.m. because of the same logic. This one was a win. So if we're using a 1-to-1 ratio, currently we are even. If we're using a 1-to-2 ratio, currently we're up 2 or up 1 because this one did hit a 2-to-1 ratio. Let's go over the next alignment that occurred. The next alignment that occurred was right here. Why? Because we have a pullback on the momentum and then a realignment. If a realignment occurs during a strong higher time frame momentum channel, then that is an entry, my dear friends. This one was also a win with a 1-to-1. Also with a 2-to-1, I believe. Does it look like a 2-to-1? Was that a 2-to-1? Let's see if this was a 2-to-1. Yeah, it did hit the 2-to-1. So if we had been doing 2-to-1s at this point, we are now up 3 on the day, up 3R. But if you're using a 1-to-1 ratio, you're up by one risk. Let's go over the next alignment. When does the next alignment occur? Let's see. This trade is still playing out. This trade resolves at 1-to-1 right here, so we'll go past that point. This is the next alignment that occurs. Why is it an alignment? We have a pullback and then a realignment to the upside. That would also be a win with a 1-to-1, but what about a 1-to-2? Let's see. 1-to-2. Do we have a 1-to-2? No. Just a 1-to-1 win again. So far, if we're doing 1-to-1s, risking $1 to make $1, for example, then these two cancel each other out, so we are up 2R on the day so far. And let's go forward. Do we have another realignment? This is the last realignment that I would consider serious, and it's not even that serious. It's something to avoid. Why? Because at this point, what's happening? The 5-minute is starting to turn around, not aligned, not expanding. It's not what we want. Not what we want at all. So this is technically not an official setup. Would it have won? Yes, maybe it would have won, but it's not official. So far we only had 4 official entry signals today on a 1-minute execution time frame. 3 wins, 1 loss. Did we have another alignment today? Let's see. Well, for that to happen, we need the 15-minute to cross over. Okay, so we gotta wait. We literally have to wait until the 15 crosses over or starts expanding again, right? In the correct direction. If you're in the green and you're expanding downward, that's not aligned. That's not where you get an asymmetrical distribution of probabilities, that's for sure. And we have a crossover occurring right here for the first time. Right here it finally crosses. The 15 is now crossed. That means momentum is officially not bullish. Let's say that. But we've had an extremely bullish day, so don't be foolish. Don't just start shorting things for no reason. You want to make sure that the 5-minute momentum is also going down with the 15 expanding in the downward direction. Is that what's happening right here? No. This is expanding in the wrong direction. We don't get a 5-minute alignment until here, until it realigns to the downside right here. So much later in the day, now we're starting to see, now it's starting to align to the downside. Now it's starting to cross over into the red. This is what we want to see. And do we get a momentum alignment after this starts to occur? Look, pull back, realignment. So the next alignment that occurred today was at 2:35 right here. And yes, that would have won for a 1-to-1. Absolutely. That was another win, another alignment. That was an alignment without the higher time frame 2-hour momentum. That's just the 15-minute to 5-minute in the execution time frame coming together. Another alignment that occurred would have been right here, which would have been a loss. And then another one that occurred would have been right here. That would have been a win. So 1 loss, 2 wins on the back end here, the last final hour of the market. I don't like to trade the last 30 minutes of the market, I'll be honest with you. And with all of that being said, that was all of the alignments that occurred today, all of the setups. So had you been using a 1-to-1 ratio following alignment channels, you would have noticed positive expectancy. And with all of that being said, I will see you in the next one.